election. This is not a normal Republican Party anymore. This is a Republican Party of chaos and corruption and QAnon and Marjorie Taylor Greene and the big lie, and a party that is willing to excuse the former president no matter what he does. They concoct excuses for his misconduct. And this is very dangerous. If you look at the checklist for fascism, the kind of authoritarian leader, the use of violence, the kind of obsession with a plot, the demonizing of others, all these things are trademarks of the kind of authoritarian leader or fascist leader that we don't want in this country. And we really need to understand what's at stake and how important it is for everyone to really understand that in this election, we have a fundamental choice. Are we going to protect American democracy? Or are we going to give power to this group of people who are engaged in very anti-democratic behaviors?
You know, Senator Lindsey Graham did try to sort of clean up on aisle 5, Asha Rangappa, on his comments about there's going to be riots in the streets. Let's listen to him doing that.
If there's a prosecution against President Trump based on mishandling classified information after what happened with Hillary Clinton, there will be frustration, and I fear violence. I reject violence. I'm not calling for violence. Violence is not the answer.
Okay, he can say what he wants, but during the Ketanji Brown Jackson hearings, Asha, Lindsey Graham essentially played the QAnon game, which was to try to tar anyone who isn't a MAGA Republican as a pedophile or supporter of pedophiles. That is straight out of the QAnon playbook. He has played ball with all of the intonations, you know, toward the white replacement theory. He has played the game, and now he's trying to back away from it. But I don't think anybody can hear what he said before as anything other than a threat. Walking that back, to me, doesn't change it much. For you, as a person that was in the business of trying to stop these kinds of threats, what do you hear when you hear politicians sort of playing it on both sides?
Yes, Joy, that's actually a rhetorical strategy called paralipsis. It's saying something while claiming not to be saying it. I'm not saying that there's going to be riots in the streets and blood everywhere, but there's going to be riots in the streets and blood everywhere. And so it's a way of having plausible deniability while also putting that call out there. And so, you know, this is part of a larger playbook. I would say the QAnon playbook is really a part of what Congressman Cicilline was just describing. It's a part of the authoritarian playbook. And that the line of questioning you mentioned during the Supreme Court Justice's confirmation hearing is about demonizing us versus them, creating this idea of some great past that we need to get back to because, you know, all of these outsiders are, you know, sending us downhill. I mean, the congressman laid out a lot of the different tactics that are used. And I think Senator Graham is basically just on board, and he's using one of them.
To support my work, please click the subscribe, the like button, and the notification bell so you wouldn't miss any of my new videos.